Disney Resort hotels have started to reopen this week, and we've got the info you need to know for your next stay at Disney World. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. All right, Disney World has entered the next phase of reopening, with several Disney Vacation Club resorts opening this past Monday, June 22nd. We are fully into Disney World's phased reopening. So things are going to be a little bit different from the last time you stayed at Disney when you get to your next hotel there. And there are a few things you definitely need to know about. Here are things that will be totally different about your next stay at Disney World, and a few things that haven't changed much at all. Plus, we've got to look at that crazy new castle paint job for you. Now, you can get a cheat sheet of what's new and different at Disney hotels right now by going to disneyfoodblog.com/hotel cheat sheet. We'll also be keeping you up to date with all the latest news and changes over at disneyfoodblog.com. So remember, if you want this as a PDF, you just have to sign up for our newsletter over at disneyfoodblog.com/hotel cheat sheet, and we will drop it right in your inbox. All right, here we go. Okay, number one, you are probably going to need a smartphone. So while there are a few workarounds and cast members will help you out if you don't have a smartphone, visiting Disney World is going to be a whole lot easier if you do. Disney's moving to touchless interactions for check-in for both your room and dining. When we arrived at our first meal back in Disney World, we checked in via the My Disney Experience app using Disney's new mobile check-in feature. Before you enter a restaurant, you'll see a large QR code. Once you scan that with your camera, it'll pull up the app and take you right to the check-in screen. You'll confirm your time, number of guests, and if there are any kids in your party, along with any dietary or mobility notes and any celebrations. When your table's ready, you'll get a text and be taken straight to your table. Disney restaurants are using QR code menus as well, but you can request a paper menu if you're having trouble pulling it up. For hotel check-in, Disney's asking guests to use online check-in before their arrival. You can still check in at the front desk if you need to, however. Online check-in works the same as it did before. You complete everything via My Disney Experience, and on check-in day when your room is ready, you'll receive a text and you can head straight there. You'll be able to use your Magic Band or My Disney Experience's digital key feature to unlock your door. Disney has also introduced a new chat feature in the My Disney Experience app that lets guests skip going to the front desk to make requests or ask questions. All right, number two, all transportation might not be running. Even though we've seen the Skyliner testing, it seems that it won't be running for guests for the time being. We were told it would be buses only until the parks open, and right now they're only running between resorts and Disney Springs. We checked in at a monorail station and were told that they likely won't be running until the parks reopen either. They might start before then, but definitely not running right now. So if you need to get between resorts, you'll have to drive yourself or take a Lyft or a taxi. Remember that minivans aren't running right now either. Or you can plan to take a bus to Disney Springs and then transfer to a bus that's headed for your destination resort. Now that can take some serious time. Buses were not very frequent when we visited because there really aren't a lot of guests at the hotels right now. So if you decide to take a bus from your hotel to Disney Springs and then wait for a bus to the next hotel, that could take hours. It'll definitely take probably at least 45 minutes at a minimum. So just be prepared for that. It may make sense to have your car with you when you go on this particular trip. And remember, bus capacity is seriously reduced. Buses can hold around 72 guests, but now they're only able to hold around 23 to 26 guests. Each group on the bus is given a zone to sit in, and zones are separated by empty seats or plastic dividers. Buses will load through both doors, and seats are wiped down after guests use them. And we spotted sanitizer stations at all of the bus stops we checked. Number three, you're going to see lots of new signage. Just like in Disney Springs, there's a lot of new signage around the resorts. As soon as you enter, there are lots of signs notifying you of symptoms and health risks, info on hand washing, and mandatory masks. Don't forget, you are definitely going to have to wear your mask in the hotel and around the hotel. There's also a lot of signage promoting social distancing in the lobbies, and the check-in podiums had plexiglass to separate you and the cast member. We also spotted signs that state, by entering the hotel, you are confirming that you don't have any of the listed symptoms or have been in contact with anyone who has for the past 14 days. Disney is operating on kind of an honesty policy right now. There were no temperature checks when we entered the hotels or restaurants. Instead, guests are receiving a must-read email, which includes a health acknowledgement. Disney's health waiver is also clearly stated in multiple places around the resorts and restaurants we visited. The policy on no temperature checks may change in the future, but for right now, it's not a requirement to have your temperature checked to enter a Disney hotel. You will have your temperature checked to enter the parks, however. All right, number 4, meeting characters is a little different. Topolino's Terrace is currently the only character meal on property, and while you'll get to see Mickey, this isn't the same character meal we're used to. Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy all come out to greet guests at Topolino's, but they were staying safely socially distant. You can take a selfie with them from a safe distance, but you won't be able to get a hug or an autograph. You'll receive an autograph card at the end of the meal that has already been signed by the gang. You'll also be asked to stay seated as the characters move around the restaurant one by one. Now, when we were there, most of the restaurant was empty, and we've actually had 2 meals there since they reopened on Monday. But even though the restaurant was pretty empty, things are set up to keep tables and guests 6 feet apart when things do get a little more crowded. Tables are being cleaned with a hydrogen peroxide mix as allowed to sit for 2 minutes. Our check was brought out in a disposable check holder, and pens were sanitized after each use. Number 5, you might not be able to get your favorite foods. Now, we had speculated about potential supply issues before the resorts reopened, and while we're not sure that this is why the menus are shortened, the menus are shortened. Some cast members are telling us that the kitchens are being socially distanced as well. And I'm also assuming that they just don't have a good understanding quite yet of how many guests are coming in and out of the restaurants or will be planned to come in and out of the restaurants. So right now, menus across the board are shortened. There are several items not on the menus that you would normally see. For example, Topolino's Terrace morning and evening meals are shortened from 9 items to 6 items in that entree area. So you're going to see shortened menus. You're not going to see all the same stuff that you would normally see on that Disney menu. Over at Bar Riva at Riviera, the Monte Cristo is missing, which of course is one of our favorite things to eat on that menu. So menus are updated in the My Disney Experience app, and you can check them out ahead of your visit to make sure you like what's on offer before you make a reservation. And remember, you are going to need a reservation for those dining locations, both in the resorts and in the parks. Now, like I said, the resorts were super empty, and so were the restaurants. So over the next few days, if you're staying there, will you be able to get a walk-up table? I'm not sure. Officially, Disney says no, but you can always ask. Okay, number 6, you can still use refillable mugs. We weren't sure how refillable mugs were going to work, as we've seen cast members filling drinks for guests at Disney Springs restaurants, and it appears they're using the same method for those refillable mugs too. You can still purchase and redeem a resort refillable mug, but a cast member will fill a disposable cup for you, and you can pour the cup into your refillable mug. Basically, the mug gets you free refills, but you'll receive a new cup every time, and you won't be able to serve yourself. All right, number 7, you can buy face masks at your hotel. Everyone 2 and up is required to wear a face mask to enter a Disney hotel, but if you need an extra, which we always are recommending here that you bring several face masks for each day in Disney World, because if one gets wet or if you lose one, you're definitely going to need backups. So I'm super glad to note that they are selling them at the hotels. And you're going to find those in the gift shops. We noticed disposable face masks, so paper face masks, for $1.49, available alongside small bottles of hand sanitizer at the same price. We also spotted the new cloth reusable masks Disney has been selling. They're still getting stocked, so you might not have a full pick of the line yet, but you can get them 4 for $20 or $6 each. Along with the regular over-the-counter pharmacy items, we also spotted a forehead thermometer for $2.39. If you forgot to bring one along, that's a good one to use to check your family before you go to the parks each day. Guests are asked to limit the handling of items in gift shops and to maintain social distancing in the stores. If they get too crowded, guests will wait outside or join a virtual queue to enter the stores. All right, number 8, everything is plastic wrapped. While hotel rooms were pretty much exactly the same as before resorts closed, we did notice a few small changes. Bed skirts and decorative throw pillows have been removed from rooms. There was also some in-room signage about new cleaning policies. Carpets are steam cleaned between guests. Our DVD and TV remote were freshly sanitized and wrapped in plastic bags, and the top of our refillable shower amenities was sealed with plastic, letting us know it had been sanitized. Since we stayed in a DVC room, we still saw the small coffee maker and toaster you'll normally find in a studio kitchenette, along with disposable silverware, plates, and cups that were individually wrapped. In our room safe, ironing board, hangers, and extra blankets and pillows were also still in the closet. But in one situation, one of our team members was staying in a Kidani Village room, and her extra blankets and pillows were actually zip-tied and noted as sealed. So you would have to sort of tear off the seal in order to open that up so that you knew you were the first one to use them. All right, number 9, you can't go wherever you want. While we love resort hopping, you won't technically be able to go wherever you want in Disney for the time being. Right now, you need a hotel reservation to enter the hotel that you're staying in, and you need a hotel reservation and a dining reservation to enter other hotels at Disney. You can't make a dining reservation without having a hotel reservation at the moment. Guests staying before July 10th need to call and confirm their hotel stay before they're allowed to reserve dining at Disney hotels. And if you're dining somewhere other than the hotel you're staying at, you'll need to provide your dining reservation details, including the name the reservation is under, to the cast member at the entrance of the parking lot. Now, this was our experience in a couple of hotels and not our experience in a couple of other hotels. So I think things are not 100% consistent quite yet. But according to Disney, you do need both a hotel reservation somewhere and a dining reservation at the hotel you're trying to get into in order to get in. So in the future, they will likely open dining reservations to more guests, not just those who have a hotel reservation. Then day guests will still need a dining reservation to enter a hotel. You won't be able to just show up and head to the bar if you don't have a reservation. So while there's a whole lot of holes in that policy right now, and it can be inconsistent from our experience so far this week, I would say if you don't have a hotel and a dining reservation, don't try to show up at a hotel right now. Again, a lot of that's probably going to change in the future, and we will keep you updated over on Disney Food Blog when it does. Okay, so walkways closer to the International Gateway at Epcot and the walking path to Hollywood Studios were definitely closed off to guests. And we encountered a few security guards around property to check our dining reservations. So make sure you have that dining reservation if you're planning to go to a resort you aren't staying at, and keep that reservation info handy because you may be asked to confirm it. All right, number 10, the castle looks totally different right now. We might not be able to get into the parks just yet, but we got a glimpse of the new castle paint job from Bay Lake Tower, and boy, is it different. This is probably the most shocking thing we saw on our return to Disney World. Before, the castle was more classic Cinderella colors of grayish and pale blue. Now it's pink with bright blue turrets and some gold accents. Not gonna lie, it's gonna take us some getting used to, but let us know, do you love the new paint job or do you prefer the old castle? Now, this is definitely something we knew was going to happen. Disney announced this before the park closures and even started to paint the castle before the park closures. So it wasn't a shock as far as our brains already knew about it, but it was a shock to see quite how pink this is. Now, I don't think this is the final color. They may do different things and add different accents to it, so we'll keep you updated. You know we're going to be in the parks on day 1. Number 11, a few things are still operating just like normal. A lot of hotel amenities are still available with very few changes, or a few not very noticeable changes. Self-service laundry is still running as usual. You can still get a celebration button as well, but you'll need to ask for it. You can still have your luggage brought to you by Bell Services. They can't bring luggage to an unoccupied room, and they won't escort you and your luggage to your room, but they will bring it to your room. Grocery delivery is still allowed. You can pick it up yourself at Bell Services or have them deliver it to your room, and there's still a handling fee of $6. Stroller and ECV rentals are still operating as normal as well. You can use any stroller rental service in the area that you like and have them delivered to your hotel, but unless you use Disney's preferred partner, Scooterbug, you'll need to meet a representative from your rental company to pick up your delivery. This is the same policy as usual. Disney Vacation Club activities were still available. Ping pong, pool tables, tennis, basketball, cornhole, shuffleboard, they are all happening. Note that bocce was not available at Riviera and foosball was unavailable at Bay Lake Tower. DVD rentals and video games were also available. Cast members would load up the game and clean controllers between each use. And let's talk pools. They are also operational. Lounge chairs have been physically distanced, and there was signage asking guests not to move the chairs. Masks are encouraged while walking around the pool, but not while swimming or sitting in a pool chair. We did notice that once you enter the pool area, it felt like masks were not really required, but Disney has said that you'll have to wear a mask on the pool deck. So It doesn't look like that's being 100% enforced right now, but that may be because people were completely distanced. We're not sure. What we do know is that Disney actually said that you will need a mask on the pool deck, but not while swimming. Life vests and towels were available and sanitized between uses. Cast members were also on hand to wipe down chairs and other surfaces after each use. The kids' splash area at Riviera was closed, but the one at Kidani Village was open, so there may be some differences between hotels and what's available. Feature pools will operate with limited hours, but those smaller leisure pools will be open 24 hours a day. And remember, Stormalong Bay at the Beach Club is not open at this time. We're guessing that's because the NBA is staying at Yacht Club and they'll get to use the pool. We'll see. Movies under the stars, those free outdoor movies shown at resorts, were still happening. And right now at Riviera, they'll be shown Sundays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. So there are a few big changes and some little changes going on at the Disney Resort hotels right now. At the moment, the hotels are completely empty, but I'm guessing when the parks reopen, they're going to be a little bit more packed. We will keep you updated, though. You know we're going to be there. And in the meantime, don't forget, you can get a cheat sheet for all these details, everything that's new and different at Disney hotels right now by going over to disneyfoodblog.com/hotel cheat sheet. You just have to sign up for our totally free newsletter, and we will drop this right in your inbox. All right, hope you enjoyed seeing the newly reopened Disney World hotels. Thank you guys so much for listening, and thanks for watching. We'll be back with more information soon. If you need any more details, you know we've got it all up over at disneyfoodblog.com. And of course, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.